receive any type of repercussion. That's just me. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show coming up next. What is ID Life? Well, over the last 18 years, a group of scientists and doctors have been working on the development of a one-of-a-kind nutritional supplement program that takes all the guesswork out of what you need and delivers your truly personalized pharmaceutical-grade nutrition with your name on it directly to your door. Through the integration of thousands of medical and scientific studies, answers you provide to the free assessment, and more than 5,470 algorithms that process the data, ID Nutrition recommends what you need, leaves out what you don't, and blocks things known to the system to have possible adverse effects based on the answers you provide. The result is a program that is revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. Welcome to ID Life. For more information, just go to thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedougstewartshow.idlife.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Footballsportsapp.com. What is it? It's the first live-action mobile sports app played in real time and a cool way to immerse yourself in the game. Make coaching calls just like the pros. Check out the video. Download for free this fall and register now again at footballsportsapp.com. Want to be part of this new exciting technology and make money? Fill out the short form at the bottom of the website and mention TDSS. Again, footballsportsapp.com. Yes, sir. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Let's go. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And it is a Throwback Thursday. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. We got entertainment coming up in about 15 minutes. And that's where we do birthdays. If you're new to the show, we talk about, some well-known celebrities who have birthdays today. Also, if you're a Stewie, we talk about you. We give you a shout-out for your birthday. We also kind of mix in a little entertainment news as well. But there's a couple more stories I wanted to get to today before we get to the Funky Four, which is the 4 biggest games in college football and in the NFL. This Josh Brown story, man. 5 weeks after Josh Brown returned from his 1-game suspension, even more details are emerging about the Giants kicker, including several documents apparently written by him in a journal in which he admits to abusing his wife, Molly. The Daily News had previously reported that Molly Brown had accused her now ex-husband Josh of being physically violent with her on more than 20 occasions. In the days following Josh Brown's May 2015 domestic violence arrest in Woodinville, Washington, Molly Brown turned over emails, documents, and journal entries from herself and Josh to the Kings County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so let's kind of break down this story. And I'm sure you've heard this story and the obvious direction in which I'm going to take this in. So evidently what's happened is the media has gotten contact or gotten control of some documents that came from Molly Brown, Josh Brown's wife, and Josh Brown that they produced at one point where they were going through some type of marriage counseling, okay? And so now these documents are coming out, and in these documents, Josh Brown acknowledges that he whooped the ish out of this chick all the time. Yeah, like Ike Turner, Ike and Tina type ass whoopings, okay? Now remember, when this story first happened, the New York Giants stood by his side. In effect, they said, without really going into detail, that we believe what Josh Brown is saying. Josh Brown was denying all of this stuff or whatever. So the Giants says that, no, we believe Josh Brown. They actually gave him a new $4 million contract or whatever in the offseason, and this is where we are right now. So the obvious question comes up. What are they going to do now? Remember now, this is the NFL. This is the same league, and this is the same people that stand on this pedestal and are holier than thou that absolutely raked Adrian Peterson over the coals for disciplining his own damn son. Disciplining, not abusing, but disciplining. Some people will say abusing. I won't say abusing. For disciplining his own son. And oh yeah, this is the same NFL. This is the same media that absolutely dragged Ray Rice across the coals for hitting his old lady in the mouth, which was caught on video, to the degree where Ray Rice still don't have a job. Here's the thing. Now that this information has come out, and I don't know how it was obtained, I don't know if it was legally or not, I don't know if it was one of those doctor-client privileges or whatever, and it shouldn't have been released, but now that it's released and confirmed to be true, the New York Giants have to cut Josh Brown. If they don't cut Josh Brown, then it's once again the media being the media. It's once again the media controlling the narrative. Once again, it'll display privilege. Okay? There's no choice but to cut Josh Brown today. As a matter of fact, it should have already happened. Based on recent history, based on precedent, on what happens with the media, and based on what happens with some of these teams in the NFL, with some of the examples that I just gave you. Anything outside of Josh Brown getting cut today, based on what y'all have done. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about the NFL, its teams. I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens, the Minnesota Vikings, the NFL. And based on how the media reports these stories, anything less than Josh Brown getting cut today, you know, as a show of strength, as a show of we're not in support, or we definitely don't agree with abusing your wife, abusing women in general, anything outside of him getting cut or have already been cut, should have been cut earlier this morning, is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Ray Rice get on his hands and knees. This man said that he'd work for free if somebody let him play on their football team. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. And this is what I was making, the point I was making the other day, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and we're brought to you by footballsportsapp.com. This is the point I was making the other day on the little video that I did about Cam Newton. You know, I understand. You might have a problem with Cam Newton and how he addresses the media, but what I'm saying is stay consistent. That's the problem what a lot of people like me have, is your consistency. And the fact that privilege, I'm doing a little quote marks in the air, that privilege oftentimes prevails. And that's BS. That's BS. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, kind of like a football-related issue, I'm doing all of these stories, getting all these stories, because we are very limited in time today, and there's a lot we got to get to. But my thoughts on Vontaze Burfict, if you haven't heard, the Cincinnati Bengal linebacker will not be suspended by the NFL for stepping on the leg of a New England Patriots running back, LeGarrette Blount, as well as appears that he went at the knees of Marcellus Bennett. Now, on both of these cases, and I'm sure you've seen it, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, on both of these instances, I'm sure you've seen the video over and over and over again. You're a sports fan, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Both of them, he looks guilty as hell. That being said, I could understand why or how you would try to make the argument for the case where he went into the pile, a little scrum on the ground, and stepped on LeGarrette Blount. You couldn't see him step on anybody's leg. It appears that based on LeGarrette Blount's reaction, that Burfict walked into the little pile of people and stepped on his leg. Yeah, I would say based on his history, he probably did that. But really, can you prove it? You know, his argument is he was going in there to dislodge players from each other and pull one of his teammates out of the pile. You couldn't see anything. Now, the other thing, where he went down at the knees of Marcellus Bennett, there was absolutely no reasoning for that at all. He actually got suspended or fined, $75,000 for the little thing that happened in the pile with LeGarrette Blount. But the way he went at Marcellus Bennett's knee, where Bennett wasn't even paying attention and it looked like the play was dead, like it was a dead play to me, that's unacceptable. Yeah, that's unacceptable. You talking about knees. I'm very, very sensitive when you talk about somebody's knees. You remember a couple of years ago, and I can't remember his name. He played defensive back for the Carolina Panthers at the time. Played cornerback for Ohio State. But you remember he took out Dante Culpepper's knees from the side? Me and my brother went back and forth about that every day, day after day after day, and how dirty I thought that was. Culpepper's career pretty much was never the same. I think he missed the rest of that year. So I don't like the whole knee thing as a guy that's had an ACL before. So based on his history, like Montez Burfict has been fined, I want to say close to $1 million, I think. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's close to, no, it had to be close to $1 million based on what he did last year with Antonio Brown in the playoff games and several other instances. Based on history, I think he should have got more. The only thing he's receiving is a $75,000 fine. Marvin Lewis is making all types of excuses for this cat, man. It's unacceptable, man. This dude has a history of not only playing dirty, but trying to purposely injure somebody. Where they do that at? Yeah, I don't get that at all. And, you know, you need good players. And surely this kid is a fantastic player. You remember he was an undrafted free agent, and now he's looked at and viewed upon by NFL brass as one of the best linebackers in football. It's just a bad look. And it kind of is once again with that whole consistency thing. The shot that he took on Martellus Bennett was kind of, you know, a slap in the face to the NFL, this new NFL, and trying to protect players and player safety. You know, it kind of, you know, is a total opposite end of the spectrum once again from the narrative the NFL says that they're trying to push with player safety. I mean, come on. Now, like, I don't understand how that's indisputable where, you know, he was trying to take the guy's knee out sneakily. He snuck and tried to take my man's knee out. That's unacceptable, man. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. I promise we're going to find a way to sneak in some of your chat messages on this fantastic, freaky, funny football throwback Thursday. But we are definitely going to get to the Funky Four, the four biggest games in college football and the NFL. We had to scratch the Boyle Penis Award today. But don't worry. Don't worry if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show. The Boyle Penis Award goes to the Buster of the Week in sports, entertainment, and beyond. It's a long story on how we came up with the name. I'll tell you about it maybe some other time. Or ask one of the Stewies in the chat room. But if you were nominated for a Boyle Penis Award, rest assured you're gonna get your vote. You're gonna have your day in court next Friday. So we'll carry over the names that we had from this week to next week. Yeah. 1982, Throwback Thursday. Don't go away. Back in 3 minutes. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your